So last class we were seeing sum of products and product of sums, that is SOP and POS, and then we started seeing implementation of any of the logic diagram using NOR gates only. Today we shall see the same thing using NAND gates only. So here I have considered the same example that we saw yesterday. So firstly, just to refresh, the basic gates, OR gates, NOT gates, and AND gates can be represented using NAND gates alone in these forms. So to obtain the functionality of OR gate using NAND gate, what we need to do is we need to invert the inputs and then feed it to the NAND gate. For NOT gate, both of the inputs to be same and fed to the NAND gate to get the complemented output. And for AND gate, the inputs are given to the NAND gate and then inverted again to get the functionality of the AND gate. So similar to what we saw yesterday with respect to NOR gates. So in case of NOR gates, what we did was we inserted a bubble at the output end of OR gate and input end of AND gate. Here we will be doing just the reverse. So wherever you are going to have OR gate, you will be placing bubble at the input side, and with respect to the AND gates, you will be placing the bubble at the output side. Okay, so here the first expression f1 is equal to a plus bd plus c into b plus d, the same expression that we did yesterday. I have considered that. So in case of NAND gate implementation, you are to insert bubble at the input side of OR gate, because we are here in this, we are inverting the input and then giving to the NAND gate. So that's the reason why we insert a bubble at the input side. So here I insert a bubble over here, here, and here, and in this OR gates. Okay. Second thing is to insert bubble at the output side of AND gate. So in these two AND gates, we insert the bubble. That is the first thing we do. Now, similar to what we did yesterday with respect to NOR gates, we need to look for two bubbles in the same line. If we are not having that way, we need to invert the corresponding variable or insert a NOT gate. Okay, so here in this particular line, we have a bubble over here as well as here. So we need not have any inversion in this. Similarly, in this line, we have a bubble in both the ends. Whereas with respect to this variable a, b, and d, we don't have any bubbles over there. So we shall invert just those variables and then replace all the gates with NAND gates. Okay. So we are having this to be, I need to invert this a. So this will now become a bar. Here it is BD. I am not going to do any inversion. So it is as it is. Then with the second one, for B plus D, I need to do the inversion because the input end of the OR gate are inverted. So I will change these variables to B bar, D bar. And I am not going to do anything with respect to C because we don't have any bubble over there. So this is C. Now this AND gate is drawn, NAND gate is drawn. Now we combine all these things. So here, as we are having OR gate at the end, we don't have any bubble to the output side of the OR gate in case of NAND gate. So we need not invert the function again. This itself will give me F1. So let us see that. So here in this AND gate, I am going to have BD the whole bar. This is going to give me B bar D bar the whole bar, which is nothing but B plus D. And here I am going to have C dot B plus D the whole bar. Now in this point here everything is inverted. So A bar dot BD the whole bar dot C dot B plus D the whole bar, this whole thing, the complement. So applying De Morgan's theorem, I get A plus BD the whole bar, the whole bar. So this will be simply BD. Similar way here, C dot B plus D the whole bar, the whole bar. So this will be plus C into B plus D. Okay. So this is our first example. We shall see one more example. That is also the same thing that we did yesterday. So here again, with respect to OR gates, we need to insert bubble to the input side. So I insert bubble to the input sides, and with the AND gate, insert the bubble at the output side. So this expression is x plus y into x bar plus z. Okay. So here in this line, we have two bubbles, so no issue. Here we need to invert the input variable. Similarly, in this OR gate also, we need to invert the input variable. So you will be having, so this is my y. I need to invert x bar and z. So inverting that, we have this will be x and this will be z bar, and I need to invert this particular x also. So maybe we can use the same input, or you can redraw it, no issue with it. So this is x bar. Now these two are fed to the NAND gate. Then this is given to this NAND gate. So this is F2. So at this point, you are going to have x z bar the whole bar, which is nothing but x bar plus z, and here this is y dot x bar plus z the whole bar, and at this point it is x bar dot y dot x bar plus z bar the whole bar. So this is going to give me x plus y dot x bar plus z. Okay, that is what our expression is. So for this one, this thing I have considered as one variable, the whole thing inside the bracket I have considered as another variable. So I have x plus y dot x bar plus z. Okay, so this is how we do the implementation using NAND gates only. So next we shall see some more minimization before moving ahead with the next unit. So this is again the same example that we saw yesterday. So if you are asked to minimize this expression, that is, instead of giving this b bar d a plus a bar d plus bd, you are simply given with f is equal to, or f of a b c d is equal to summation 1 3 5 7 9 11 13 and 15. Okay, that alone is given to you, and they are asking you to simplify it. So now you don't know any other method to simplify this, so you have to go ahead with what we have seen with the Boolean expression or the Boolean algebra, that is the postulates and theorems. Whatever you know, you have to use that, right? So now I have expressed this as sum of minterms. So each of the numbers I have converted it to the corresponding minterm and return it. Now if you try to simplify it, you will be doing it in pairs maybe, because as you observe here, you have a bar, b bar and d common in these two terms. So our tendency, step by step as we do, we will do this as a bar, b bar, d, and this will be c bar plus c. The next step, as we observe these things again, so here I have a bar bd as the common thing. So a bar bd into dot c bar plus c. Then with the next term, I can see ab bar d to be common. Okay, so ab bar d into c bar plus c. Then again in this abd is common. So abd in dot c bar plus c. Now we know x bar plus x is equal to 1. So everywhere we shall remove these terms. So the next step we are going to have a bar b bar d plus a bar bd plus a b bar d plus abd. So here we are having a bar b bar d plus a bar bd plus a b bar d plus abd. Now again, if we are simplifying this, we can take this as a bar d common in this and have it as b bar plus b, and here again a and d taking it as common, you can have it as ad into b bar plus b. Again this things will become 1 and we will be having a bar d plus ad and taking d common, a bar plus a. So the simplified expression for this is d. If you are given with this particular expression, that is f is equal to b bar d plus a bar d plus bd as such, you can take d common from the expression and give it as b bar plus a bar plus b. Now here with this b plus b bar will make it a 1 and you will be having 1 plus a bar. And we have another theorem or property where we have x plus 1 is equal to 1 because it is or symbol. So whatever be the value of this a, I am going to get a 1 at the output. So likewise you will be doing the simplification, right? But always using these sort of postulates and theorems, we don't know how to proceed. That is, there is no solid rule to proceed the next step. Each person will approach it in a different manner. Okay, so for that purpose we moved ahead with definite methods.